The Speediance, a smart gym digital resistance tonal competitor. Today we're going to talk about how unboxing went and my initial thoughts, but yet so much more to come. More to come? Well, I'm going to do a full review of this thing coming soon, but I'm also going to compare it to the Tonal and let you know if you might want to save some good money getting this instead of the Tonal. So if you want to know when either one of those come out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But the first thing I noticed about the Speediance is how well it was packaged. And I know this might not seem like a big deal, but I have unboxed a lot of home gym equipment, and I can tell you there is a correlation between how well something is packaged and the quality of the product. It almost seems like they just want to take care of the product if they know they built something good. But this was packaged extremely well. Now it is a beast, so they kind of have to, but the way it was packaged, how tight it was, how much cushion it had, how well it could handle shipping, it was just packaged extremely well. So I wanted to point that out and let you know if you do order this, it's probably gonna arrive in great shape. Now, as far as assembling this thing, I thought it was gonna be terrible. Then I unboxed it and I realized it's completely assembled. The only thing I had to do was put the two legs on the bench. The machine itself is completely assembled. So once this arrives to your house, you basically unbox it and you're using it minutes later. It's pretty sweet. Oh, and yes, hitting that like button does help a small YouTube creator out a ton. Thank you so much. So when I was first getting started with the Tonal and I did my strength assessment, it was one program that worked you through different exercises and then it knew your strength scores for the different categories. Well, with this, there are 6 or 7 different categories and you launch each one and it has you do an exercise seeing what your limit is, so it knows your strength scores for the different categories, and this gave me a good taste of what this has to offer, the quality of the resistance, the features and functionalities, the moving pieces around and how to properly use it, and I can say I was pretty impressed. There are definitely some differences between this and the Tonal, and I need to put more time into this and compare the two, and I will cover all that in the video when I do compare them. But it is a very comparable product, and I am very much enjoying it. The digital resistance can definitely challenge you. It is there, and it can push you. I actually think the limit on this is a little higher than the Tonal. Something before I got this that I was a little bit worried about was moving these pieces. The Tonal just has that so streamlined, and I thought the whole process of, oh, I have to manually move a piece to a new location and lock it in was just not gonna be nice, and compared to the Tonal, it was a major step backwards. But they actually did a really good job. It's very easy, and it was no big deal at all, so I was happy to find that out and realize moving modes and switching locations is not a big deal. So far, impressed with this. I need to put more work in. I'll put all that together in the full review and then the Tonal comparison, but initial thoughts, it's a nice machine that's capable of giving you a fantastic workout. So a few other things to note. This thing is heavy. So when it comes in and it's still in the box, you might need help moving it around to get it where you want it. But considering how heavy it is, you would think this is horrible to move around. It's actually incredibly easy. I'll show some video in the full review, but you just tilt it, move it where you want it, put it up. I have absolutely no problem moving it around, which is surprising, but awesome. And if you're saying, forget that full review, I know this is the product for me, well, make sure you use that link on the screen and use code TRAVIS at checkout because you'll save $150. Thanks, Speediance. Another thing I'll talk about more in the full review, but I wanted to mention really quick, is that the mat you use on this works fantastic, but when you're done, it folds up and out of the way, and this gets nice and compact. I love that as well. So in short, early indications are that this can be a very good machine. There are gonna be some pros and cons on this side and on the Tonal side, so it's gonna be interesting what I come up with in the comparison, but lots more to come, a lot more videos to come. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video if you don't mind helping me out, and until next time, here's to a healthier you, and have a good one.